Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome back you lovely faces to a brand new video here on the channel. Well, this is actually just a little bit nuts because Ezra Miller, the amount of trouble this person has given Warner Brothers, Ezra Miller is the reason, I really do think so, and a lot of other people are, because of the troubles that he's had behind the scenes, is the reason The Flash is bombing. Plus, the special effects, which is kind of sad to think and see, are absolutely terrible in the film. However, I saw this the other day, and to be honest with you, I was actually quite shocked. The Flash paid Ezra Miller 1.3 times more than Robert Pattinson earned for The Batman, despite being a career-killing box office bomb for James Gunn. Now, The Batman to me is one of the greatest iterations of Batman put on screen. It is just so good. Again, for me, Michael Keaton is my Batman. The Dark Knight is possibly, I'd probably, go on to say, the greatest superhero film ever made. But The Batman is very, very close because it is such a pure, just such a good story of Batman and the cast of characters. And then when you got The Flash, that he's being paid more than Robert Pattinson is absolutely insane because Pattinson is a movie star. The films this guy has been in, literally, you could just tally them all up and it's in the billions. Ezra Miller, you can't really say that because out of all the films he's been in, he's only known for literally 3 roles. And that is The Flash, from Fantastic Beasts, and also We Need to Talk About Kevin. They're really the only ones that he's been in. And again, with The Flash, he was in a couple of scenes in, Batman vs. Superman. He was also in Suicide Squad, a basically blink and you miss a cameo, no pun intended. And then The Flash. These are really the only ones that he's been in where it's been like, yeah, this is it, this is how it's done. But Robert Pattinson, again, the Twilight films, Harry Potter, you've again seen Harry Potter, which is kind of interesting, both of them are in him. But he's also been in a ton of other films like The Lighthouse, which is just a phenomenal horror film with Willem Dafoe. But he's also in a film called Cosmopolis, which a lot of people don't think have seen. But to me, that is the movie when I was like, you know what? This could be his Bruce Wayne. This could be his Batman. And it turned out to be true. A lot of people actually said that. They saw that film, and that's where they were like, you know what? He could play a really good Bruce Wayne. Later on, he did. But we're going to have a look at this now. The Flash starring Ezra Miller in a titular role has been quite an anticipated film with one reason involving DCU's new co-CEO James Gunn, who definitely has a great reputation in the filmmaking industry. But the results are quite disappointing with a reason all too known to the fans. While the film has faced several challenges during its theatrical run, one will be shocked to know that the titular star got well paid. This salary has even surpassed Robert Pattinson's paycheck for his Batman portrayal. And it goes by here now. So Ezra Miller has been quite hyped up as it was coming closer to the release. Even DC Studios co-CEO James Gunn had high praise for the project, but when it actually had its theatrical run, fans couldn't get more disappointed. Like I said, the best thing about this film is Michael Caine's Batman. Even though the project with a star-studded cast is struggling to earn fair box office numbers, the titular star will not have to worry as they will take home a whopping $4 million for the year role. As for the film's theatrical performance, it has now managed to cross the $100 million mark in its domestic market. While it looks like a big feat, it is certainly a letdown since big projects often reach this milestone in their opening weekend, which is very, very true. Adding the international box office numbers, the earnings are still less than $250 million, which is now pushing the film to get enlisted among the biggest box office bombs of all time. At this moment, it's $249.something million worldwide. That is the biggest box office bomb in history at this moment in time. If it makes a little bit more this weekend and next weekend or whatever, but actually the week after next, so in 2 weeks' time, on the 18th of July, The Flash is being released digitally. It's not going to make it 300 million worldwide, is it? Absolutely insane. Robert Pattinson received less in his paycheck than Ezra Miller for his Batman role. Now, it does go on to say that He was paid $3 million for his Batman role, which again, $3 million, awesome, you know. You could live off $3 million, that's amazing. But when the film has been such a huge hit, you know, it would be surprising for many fans that Robert Pattinson earned a paycheck of merely $3 million for his Caped Crusader role in 2022's The Batman. Not just being critically praised, but the film was a complete commercial success, grossing $771 million against a $185 to $200 million budget. Yeah, so straight away, even though it made $771, The Batman probably made, you're probably looking at about $170 million profit in top of all of this, which is amazing. While many point out the production budget to have been a crucial factor for his fair salary, the real reason lies in his acting career. Despite having a strong portfolio with some amazing indie works, the actor was not featured in some big box office blockbusters since his superstardom era kicked off. But again, no, Ezra hasn't. Ezra was cast as the Flash. Straight away. The Flash was incorporated and put into other little films where, even though they made big money, he's not a star. He's cameoing in them. More money for Robert Pattinson in his roles. Sorry for the interruption, folks. Just to let you know, I do have a gaming channel that I am currently trying to get to 10,000 subscribers. It would be great if you could consider heading over and subscribing. It is free for you, and it helps me out in the long run. Thanks very much, and enjoy the rest of the video. He gained international recognition with his Cedric Diggory role in Harry Potter. He rose to further prominence by portraying the role of Edward Cullen in the Twilight Saga. Given that his career was not sparkling with promising box office numbers, he was pretty much like other renowned actors, which is why his salary was less than one would have thought. Which is true, you know, because, like we said, he has been in big films, but he's always commanded between 500 to $1 million, like for the very small indie films, and for the big films, he's always had a couple of million. You know what? Let's have a little look and see how much he was paid for the Twilight films. Right, so here we go. For the very first Twilight movie, Robert Pattinson and Kristen Stewart, they both made $2.5 million and box office bonuses for the first Twilight movie. And we got by here, so his salary for Twilight was $2.5. He earned $12 million for the Twilight Saga New Moon. Thanks to the success of the franchise, he earned over $40 million by the time Breaking Dawn Part 2 was wrapped up, including a 7.5% of the gross from the two films. So he made substantially quite a bit of money from those films. So I think for them, you could really say, yeah, you know, the guy deserved a bit more than $3 million. Because, again, even though Colin Farrell, you had a couple of big other players in The Batman who were bigger actors than Robert Pattinson, Robert Pattinson is the thing in my eyes that kind of held that film together. Because if it weren't for his performance, don't get me wrong, there's some other people out there that will, in the future, make great Bruce Wayne and Batman. But at this moment in time, Robert Pattinson is doing such a good job. And I really do think it's a bit of a mistake that James Gunn is doing his own CEO Batman in his own little universe in the Gods and Monsters saga. Because I'm like, you're going to have two Batman out there. Don't get me wrong, people will probably enjoy it. Don't get me wrong. But at this moment, when we got two Jokers out there, and even though the Joker's not really in the Batman, you know, he's in the background for one or two scenes, and if he comes out in the future films, great. If he doesn't, great. We got Joaquin Phoenix's Joker, which, apart from Heath Ledger and Jack Nicholson, I really do think Joaquin Phoenix is in a whole different ballgame than everyone else. Again, Heath Ledger won the Best Supporting Actor for the role. Joaquin Phoenix won the Best Actor for the role. And I really do think those two are the pedestal of being the Joker. You know, they saw how Jack Nicholson portrayed it and Cesar Romero, and they're like, you know what? We're going to twist it and turn it on its head. And that's what they did. But yeah, I really do think Robert Pattinson, he deserved more money than $3 million. And he should have got paid way more than Ezra did, because Ezra has had so many issues, so many problems outside of the movie industry. For some unknown reason, they just want to keep these people who are causing trouble and getting rid of people who have been found not guilty of doing things that people said they did. If you are new to the channel, please like and subscribe, hit that notification bell for future updates, and I'll see you all soon.